You're very welcome to the Bankers tonight for Atheists in the Pub. A lot of new faces, everyone's most welcome. Welcome everyone who's first time here. My name is Stephen Duggan, I'm the Finance Officer of Atheists Ireland, and I'll be your MC for this evening. We've got two great speakers for you today. Just happened by chance that we found out that Jen was in the country, that we had to grab her before someone else would, to take her out for a drink. But first up would be a guy called David Horgan. He's come all the way from Cork, another foreign jurisdiction, to talk about his upcoming film Jesus the Remake, which would be a modern day interpretation of the classic gospel story you're all familiar with. David, would you like to come up?
Hey, thanks for having me. Okay, I feel like the shitty local support comes on before the headliner. Walks on stage with cash converter's guitar and generic lyrics. But yeah, they say writers should be read but never seen or heard. Yeah, I wrote Jesus Remake, and I thought the title was self-explanatory, but people keep asking. So it's a modern day telling of Jesus, going from the nativity story where there's not enough beds in the hospital to Jesus getting on a plane and taking off for 40 days. But yeah, he's a rock star then as well. So his sermons, or his sermons and parables, or his songs. The twist is that the Pharisees are the two Catholic priests who are kind of evil villains, want to stop him. And in keeping with the feminist theme as well, his girlfriend is Maggie, Mary Magdalene, and she comes across as smarter. He's not exactly scourged at the end, but he is definitely whipped. Oh yeah, doing research then, I watched more Jesus films than anyone really should. Doing a 6-hour Robert Powell one where he doesn't blink, which is kind of weird. You know, they left even 6 hours they left out stuff like the walking water, right? Same reason we did, because it's very expensive to do that. And also Transfiguration, which I don't know what that was until it's on Wikipedia. Which is Jesus goes up the mountain and sends into clouds with Elijah and Muhammad, and God says, "Behold my son." I think that's just terrible exposition, so that was left out. But Thomas Aquinas said that was the greatest miracle, but no one knows what it is. It's a bit like the Shakespeare plays where you learn the start and the end, and bluff your way through the middle. Even though the middle anyway, it makes as much sense as Prometheus. We'll talk about that later, all you Lost fans. And you know, those kind of a great hook opening, like the Virgin gives birth, like Anakin Skywalker's mum, and then the cinematic closing, or a climax where he's crucified. But I suppose the main appeal anyway of the Jesus character would be the hero's journey. The hero's journey is a book based on the Hero of a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell, about mythology and all different mythologies and stories from different times and different places have the same strand and same stages and structure, even though they have no way of being connected. Like Harry Potter and The Matrix have the same thing, where an ordinary hero is taken from his ordinary boring world into a kind of magical world, gains knowledge and comes back and gives it to everyone else. But Jesus doesn't do that exactly, so it's not that popular. What is appealing about the character is the initiation stage of the hero's journey, where he overcomes temptation, like the Willem Dafoe Last Temptation of Christ. He's in the desert, and like the devil tempts him by appearing as a snake, and a big lion, and a flaming flame. But for Jesus the Remake, then we shot our devil scene down in St. Anne's in Cork, the abandoned mental institution run by the church, who were really, really nice to very sick people years ago. Horrible place. We thought it was an abandoned place, but we were going up there location scouting. We ran into other people, or friends of ours, who were coming out and filming something, and we were up there actually shooting it then. There's like 4 different groups of people walking around taking pictures. It's not a secret abandoned at all. But and then the second stage would be the atonement with the Father, where like in Star Wars, the faces Darth Vader, because George Lucas based most of Star Wars on the hero's journey. He said he'd still be writing it. He wants for that book. So it's Jesus the third one, of facing his Father who's God and overcoming the Garden of Gethsemane, where or Joseph Campbell says about the hero's ego being stripped away, approaching the superego, which is pretty extreme if you're it's God. It's pretty scary. And then the obvious one is death, like in the Matrix where Neo gets shot. And he realizes he's the one, which is achieving your goal, the next step, where Jesus wanted to get rid of original sin, but or eating an apple. So I think he should have held off because we're dropping A-bombs on each other. Better. Then so there's no point dying unless you come back. So like in Passion of the Christ, he comes back with naked Terminator at the end to crouch it down. And for one then we'll equally cinematic thing we're trying to keep to ourselves, but it's been called the worst kept secret in Cork. Well, hopefully you see that when it comes out. And well, ironically then, the final part of the hero's journey is the freedom to live. Like not regretting past or anticipating the future. So it's feeling guilty about a 2,000-year carpenter being nailed to a piece of wood. That's deliciously ironic as that is. Or anticipating the rapture, like the next Twilight movie that only the fanboys want to happen. But actually my favourite after watching too many of them, I think my favourite one is The Last Temptation of Christ by Martin Scorsese, because that includes one of the key initial parts of the hero's journey, which is a refusal, it's called, where you don't want to go on the adventure, like and you're coaxed into it then by something horrible happening. But one of the first lines of Last Temptation is Willem Dafoe says, "God loves me, I want him to stop, because it hurts so much." And a few days ago it was announced that Paul Van der Hoven, who directed Robocop and Total Recall, is doing a Jesus film, who's written by a screenwriter who co-wrote Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino. So it's coming out in a year or two. In the meantime, you can look forward to Jesus the Remake, written by two Cork lads, written directly by two Cork lads who've seen those films lots of times. Or if you check out JesusRemake.com, it's on that, and the trailers on YouTube, or the teaser trailers on YouTube. So that's what. Or if you have any questions, stick it talking.
Funding to make that?
We didn't get funding. I had some money that I had from that was going to go to Dún Laoghaire with.
Your communion money.
I got a Mega Drive with that at the time. But, I had some money I was going to go to Dún Laoghaire with, which would have just paid for first year. I don't know how I was going to live in Dublin or whatever, but I didn't get in. So I used some of that, which disappeared very quickly between rehearsals, and then we've just been digging into our own pockets. Myself, director Chris Cullen, and the cinematographer Justin McCarthy. We've been just using whatever spare money we have to put it together. So we made a nothing, and like the lens, Justin's a professional photographer, so the lens he has, one of his lenses costs more than the production of the film. But it does look absolutely fantastic. The trailer's on YouTube, the teaser, which and the music's great as well.
When's it due out?
We hope we finish filming by summer. We're still waiting on the music again for 2 gig scenes, which can take a lot of organising, and we've been shooting since March last year. Our cameras rolling, or whatever digital cameras do, but it's evolved a lot to what it started out as. We got more and more ambitious as each scene goes on, going to be better and better. Like one as well with The Last Supper, which is 13 guys lined up, and it's just one shot take of 6 conversations panning along one take.
Any kangaroos?
Sorry?
In The Last Supper?
Kangaroos.
Oh, you don't watch Monty Python?
I don't, no, for, like Brian never heard of that film.
Michelangelo visiting the Pope. He painted kangaroos into The Last Supper.
It was a TV show, was it the TV
and
series?
a giraffe.
I want to for the movies, and like the TV shows were too random for me.
Is there going to be a lot of original music in it?
Yeah. Loads and loads. Yeah, well, we can't afford to play songs up. We've got a great musician doing songs, and go local bands all appear in the soundtrack.
Is there any sex or violence?
I had a clip with came up with the idea of writing a bedroom scene, so it's just Mary and Jesus in bed, and they're talking about comic books and planning their holidays, and there's a fight, and that's the bedroom scene I came up with. Violence, there's a bit of violence.
Man gets tortured to death.
And
you give away the ending.
He does come back. People keep asking, comes back. He does. Yeah, I guess crucified, which is that was a fun weekend. And we're setting up all day, and it turns out the actor's afraid of heights. even though it was 3 feet off the ground. So we just logged like 8 hours into it, and I'm afraid of heights, and I had a great time up there. Jesus Cures the Blind Man, like the one story everyone knows, on like most of them. But then the priest like kidnap him and invested or trying to find information about him. And then Rupert, the bad guy, goes out his eyes again. So bad he is. Very intense. That's what, yeah, for violence, as I remember anyway.
Will you be releasing 4 slightly contradictory movies on the same theme?
All the contradiction into one film, into 1 hour and a half. That's my get out of jail for writing it. Like, this doesn't make sense, this makes sense. Well, the book didn't make sense really. Any plot holes were there. There'll probably already be extra features anyway, because a lot of stuff were deleted scenes and special features.
And are you releasing it to film festivals or just as DVD online, or how are you going to release it?
Festivals, they actually cost a lot of money to send it off to festivals. Sometimes they're 50, 100 euro to send them off just to be viewed, not submitted, so we've got to save up some money when it's all done. Maybe do a funding campaign or something just to send it off and get lots of corns of wheat on the poster, hopefully, have to sell more. But definitely festivals, and we're thinking more American festivals because we're doing more American style. I mean, people who don't know us or who we are might like it more. Yeah, or 60% likes on the thing, but most of the dislikes on the trailer came up when it's just on our personal Facebooks, so most of the people who know us didn't like it.
Have you had any reactions during filming or publicity?
Oh yeah, we did the auditions in January last year, and we just advertised it straight away as a Jesus movie is controversial, so a lot of people were turned away, and people, or actors have said, their agents said don't touch it, and they went nowhere. But yeah, and then like Jehovah's Witness family showed up alright to the auditions. Very interesting. They wanted to know we were getting across the devil's message or Jesus' message, and I said I just want to be funny.
What did they say?
I can't remember. We were tearing busy, and I just,
What's funny?
well, we started a lot funnier. They've got a bit darker. Since a year ago, we've all kind of a bit of a shit here, so we got a bit darker. And we're kind of wearing braces saying WWFD, what would Fincher do? This is our philosophy. What would David Fincher do? Try and make as much as Dragon Tattoo or 7 as we can.
Yeah. If you were doing the trivia page for IMDb, what would you write in it?
It would depend on if we were falling out with the crew. But I'm more worried about the continuity gaps and goofs and backgrounds.
Smile, Sarah. Give us a look.
Trivia, yeah, there's a lot, or I don't know, maybe anecdotes that are amusing to us and not to other people. Or how it gets on IMDb anyway, we're delighted. We turned it on the first time, it has to be completed to be on IMDb.
We've got time for one more question.
Yeah.
Out of interest, would it be easier to do a sequel or a prequel?
Well, Chris said I'm not doing either. The director said I'm not interested in either. So move on to other things. And no, everyone's really nice. Most of them, they're grand. Great work with them for a year. People you don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully, to be honest, I had the idea in 2008. It's on my computer. A file. The Jesus story with like 4 lines. Has nothing to do with it. So if I can write somebody else that has nothing to do with Jesus and spend a couple of years doing that, it'd be brilliant. Besides, I always last idea of becoming a priest. I think it's just as much time studying Christianity as a priest has. It's lots of fun.
Alright.